Okay, so welcome back to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
Today we're jumping right into something pretty wild. AI-generated video games.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating area, isn't it? Where AI basically takes the wheel for game design.
Exactly. It raises some pretty big questions about creativity, what happens when algorithms start making our games.
And we're looking at this through the lens of a fictional podcast called Future Brain.
Right. The hosts there, Alex and Sam, they have pretty different takes. Alex is all enthusiasm.
And Sam's a bit more, let's say, skeptical,
Yeah.
which actually gives us a really good balance of perspectives.
Totally. So our mission here is to really unpack what these AI games are. Look at the potential, the limitations too.
And figure out what it all means for making games and for, well, playing them.
Yeah, the goal for you listening is to get a clear picture of this, cut through the hype, and maybe have a few aha moments along the way.
Sounds good. So let's start at the beginning. What fundamentally is an AI-generated game?
Okay, so the core idea is you take an AI, feed it just massive amounts of data from existing games.
Like game code, level designs, maybe even how people play.
Exactly, all that stuff. And then you basically say, okay, AI, make something new.
Right. And Alex from Future Brain, he had that great analogy.
I'm the mad scientist one?
Yeah. He called it like a mad scientist mixing DNA from a puppy, a tornado, and a disco ball.
Which, I mean, it paints a picture, doesn't it, of the potential for just really weird and unexpected results.
It does. And they had a concrete example too, didn't they? Sam mentioned one.
Ah, yeah, the potato
A
gaze.
sentient potato trying to escape a grocery store.
Well, the shelves just rearrange themselves randomly.
Exactly. It shows you right away how AI can cook up ideas a human might just never land on. So it's games where AI is really driving key parts of the design or the content.
Which naturally leads to thinking about, well, how does AI creativity, if you can call it that, stack up against human creativity?
Yeah, the sources definitely dig into that. Human design is often, structured. There's logic, intent, a specific experience in mind.
Right. But the AI, it's different. Alex called it a sleep-deprived genius.
Huh. That kind of captures it. A bit random, maybe, but capable of brilliance.
Potentially. And what's really striking is the possibility for genuine novelty, like that horror game example.
Oh, this game does not exist.
The
Yeah, that was creepy.
Where the AI apparently invented a monster you can only see in your peripheral vision.
I mean, that's unsettling just to think about. But it shows how AI can connect dots in ways we wouldn't.
For sure. And Alex also brought up how AI isn't afraid to fail.
No creative ego, right. No worries about market appeal necessarily.
Exactly. So it might try something totally off the wall, like the puzzle game he mentioned.
The one where the solution is deleting your own save file?
Yeah, that kind of radical thinking, it's definitely different. Could lead to some really unique gameplay.
But then that brings us to the practical side. What can AI actually do right now? And what are the limits? Could it, replace human designers?
That seems to be the million-dollar question. And the general vibe from the sources is probably not completely, at least not anytime soon.
More like a tool then?
A very powerful tool, yeah. Alex had another analogy for this one. The hyper-caffeinated intern.
Okay, I like that. Capable of generating tons of ideas really fast.
Right. Loads of them might be duds, but some could be gold. He mentioned an AI-generated RPG concept.
Ah, with the NPCs.
Yeah, where the non-player characters could actually rewrite their own dialogue based on what the player does.
Wow. That kind of dynamic reaction, that could really change things.
But there are limits, right? While it can generate environments, maybe basic stories.
The high-level stuff, the big vision, the emotional depth, real storytelling. Yeah. That still seems very much in the human court.
And there are ethical questions, too, which Sam raised. Like, if an AI creates something harmful or problematic, who's responsible?
That's a thorny one. It ties into what data the AI is trained on, doesn't it?
Exactly. Alex made the classic point. Garbage in, garbage out. The AI reflects its training data.
So, beyond just entertainment, where else could this go? Alex mentioned educational nightmares.
Yeah, like a Climate Crisis Simulator 3000. Imagine playing through the impacts of climate change in a really visceral way.
So using AI games to explore complex real-world issues, that's an interesting angle. It's not just about fun, potentially.
Right. And speaking of reactions, Future Brain had those listener hot takes.
Oh yeah, the fictional listener feedback. What were they?
Well, one person at Pixel Pirate apparently loved an AI game about a bee negotiating with a hive mind. Sounds specific.
Yeah, a niche hit, maybe?
Yeah.
But not everyone was sold, right?
No, definitely not. At Morbid Mid, it was like, nope, give me traditional games. Mentioned something about the existential dread of AI stuff making them anxious.
Which is fair. It highlights that this isn't going to be for everyone and the reactions are going to be all over the map.
Definitely. It's new territory.
And to kind of ground this in something tangible or, well, tangibly weird, Sam came up with his own AI nightmare game idea,
Oh, right. The corporate one.
corporate ladder simulator, where you're literally climbing a ladder.
But each rung is like a bizarre Zoom meeting.
Increasingly surreal Zoom meetings, yeah.
Right.
And your avatar slowly morphs into a PowerPoint slide.
Okay, that's brilliant. Hilarious, but also disturbingly relatable.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
shows how AI could generate these strange, funny, but also kind of pertinent commentaries on life, connecting things in ways only an algorithm might.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big picture here?
Well, it seems pretty clear AI isn't kicking human game devs to the curb tomorrow.
No, but it's definitely going to be a disruptive force, right? A game changer, maybe literally.
For sure. And the outcomes. They could be amazing, innovative, or maybe just plain weird and unsettling sometimes.
Like Sam's final piece of advice, which I thought was perfect.
What was it again? If your furniture starts talking.
Yeah. If you play an AI game and your couch starts whispering, unplug the console.
Good practical tip, maybe. It definitely sticks with you.
It does, and it leaves you with that bigger thought, doesn't it? Like, as AI gets woven into creative fields like this, how does it change how we even define things like art or authorship?
Or even reality itself, maybe. And you have to wonder, where else could AI pop up with these kinds of unexpected, maybe even nightmarish results?
Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.